What makes the Chesapeake Bay Blues Festival one of the most highly regarded festivals in the country? It may be the talent.
I saw the mountaintop when I got to see Aretha Franklin. That for me was, whew.
I mean, what can you say about James Brown? I mean, that's a little piece of history that I tuck away in my heart and my head and will tell my grandkids about. And as I have learned the language, I think that night Don taught me this, they were particularly tight.
You know, I was surprised about the young man they called Johnny Lang, who was actually 17 years old. And when I heard him, I thought he was probably about 33 or 34 years old.
You just look out in the audience with Shamika's playing and everyone's smiling and dancing. And, or we saw Susan Tedeschi before she was a Grammy Award winner.
At Chesapeake, I loved just seeing John Lee Hooker right before he passed away.
Best one I've ever seen was Little Feat, the first year performing in the rain. I thought nobody would come to this event in 40-degree temperature in the rain, but they were still there at the end on Sunday, soaking wet, and Little Feat it was amazing.
And if ever there was a group of people who have been warped by the rain, but once again, you proved that Little Feat fans are the best fans in the whole wide world, and this is all for you.
And, as much as you talk about the legends that have lent their magical presence to this stage, I think it's the littler artists that he and this festival really reaches out and tries to give them an opportunity to play in front of audiences that are this large. But I can tell that the sheer energy coming out of that crowd, that size of a crowd, plays very, very well in the souls of those people. They're used to necessarily playing in clubs or smaller gigs.
It may be the venue.
You're right there on the beautiful Chesapeake Bay. You can see the sunset behind you. You can smell the water in the air, all that, the salt air. It's just a beautiful setting.
In my mind, remembering the best beautiful scene was when Aretha Franklin was here, and by the time she came on stage, it was twilight hour. And, not quite dark, and then you saw the lights from the boats all out in the bay, and it was just beautiful.
And it's gorgeous. It's phenomenal. It's by far the best outdoor facility I've ever been to for a concert. I mean, what more could you want? Something that's in a park on the Chesapeake Bay, and people can go in the water and still hear the music and see it. That's incredible.
You're on a stage, and you're seeing the water, and you're seeing sand, and you're seeing expansive space. So if it rains, someone goes up, and they have their bomber hat on. It's hilarious, and everybody works together and has a sense of humor about it and is honest about it. A lot of special moments can come out of an adverse situation because of that.
It could be the quality of the production.
Oh, Lord, yeah. I know a place.
A lot of people put on music events and attach the name festival to it. But this is a true Rolls Royce amongst festivals.
The crew's always great and nice, and it sounds good on stage in a way you get the sense that it sounds really good out there. You can sort of feel that on the stage, and that gives you a lot of confidence, too.
It's first class. It's really a first-rate festival.
Everything was click, 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 just the way you want it. And when that happens, you can't help but feel comfortable. And that just, enables a better performance.
It might be the dedication of the volunteers.
The festival is run 100% by volunteers. We have 200 volunteers each shift, and there are approximately 800 volunteers for the weekend. They do everything from selling tickets to selling beer to picking up trash. They run the security, the parking. When you stand on the stage and you look out and you know that everybody is there because they want to be and not because they're being paid, it makes this festival amazing, that these people are willing to take their time to help these charities.
We're all having fun.
And I didn't even know that everybody were volunteers. And you wouldn't know it just because everybody's just so happy to be there, and makes you want to play.
And if it wasn't for volunteers, we wouldn't be here today.
It may be our audience.
What's up? Could be a better day for this. How you doing?
I witnessed nothing but fun. Both backstage as well as out in the audience. I just cannot express that enough.
Energy is a good part of the whole thing. The people feel it, the performers feel it. And the performers feel it, their set is much better. They'll do a much better set for you.
We've had stage hands and artists stand up on the stage at the end of a Saturday night or Sunday night and look out over that field where literally thousands and thousands of people have been, and it's spotless. And it's not spotless because we cleaned it up. It's spotless because the audience stopped and not only picked up their trash, but they picked up every piece of trash that they saw on in the ground. I mean, that's just not, that doesn't happen in today's concerts. We're proud of them.
It may be our sponsors.
The event does a great job of recognizing the corporate entities that support it. You know, what could it do as an advertising promotional vehicle if we were able to take the next step, which is to garner funding so we could get true media exposure?
Any sponsorship event, you think of it first as not how does it drive the bottom line directly. It's the indirect benefits. It's the association, again, with a quality event. It's you're partnering with someone who's doing something terrific for the community. And people associate the event and the good times they have with the product that you sell.
We got involved as a media sponsor pretty much because of our love of music. It's a really cool event. It's right in our backyard. And but luckily, as a result, we've had other organizations see our work at the festival and has hired us to do their media as well. So that's a cool thing.
Someone called and asked whether they should put up a substantial amount of money to be a sponsor to the same degree we are. My response would be, well, I don't think I would have done this continuously for the 13 years this event has been going on if I didn't think that we were getting a benefit from doing it. So come on board, buddy. You need to do this.
It is definitely the causes that the Blues Festival supports.
And let's give these gentlemen and the ladies who put the show on, give them a big round of applause, because this is for a lot of good things. This is one of the few that I've seen has done and still doing what they should do. So give them another big round of applause, because all the money goes out there to take care of those people. Give it to them.
Since 1998, we have given over $800,000 to charity. I mean, that $800,000 is a nice number to throw out there, but it's not a number that means anything unless you know what's behind that number. That number means that we've given helped hundreds of kids, either by granting a wish, either by putting athletes through the Special Olympics program, or by sending kids to summer camp at Camp Fantastic, which is a camp for cancer kids, or if it's sending kids to camp that have facial anomalies, which is Camp Face, or if it's sending helping kids of the Annapolis area that have fallen through the cracks.
So what the Blues Festival gave us was a chance to reach an audience in a way that was tasteful, it was energetic, certainly, and it was very life-affirming, because just as music, I think, is a celebration, so is camp. And it gave us a chance to reach people in a way that didn't make them feel sorry for the kids. It just made them want to be part of it. And frankly, the Blues Festival raised more in 1 year than we raised in 3 years at previous attempts.
This is totally unique in the knowledge that Don has never taken a penny for his efforts. If you were to calculate based on standard rates for production services, for promotion services, I mean, that's a $1 million donation he's made to this event personally, in more than that, in 10 years, that goes unheralded, that he won't let you tell the story about.
We struggle with money. Whatever we get is like $1 million to us. It helps a big, believe me. I work with kids, I work with homeless folks, dealing with substance abuse. I am the free social workers of Annapolis. And the thing about it, I work this job that I do from compassion. I'm not getting paid for this job, so I need that kind of finance to come around. So I mean, this Blues Festival, I look for this because it's very hard out here trying to get money.
The other thing about the charities that Don's involved with is that they have very low overhead, and that's been a key factor for Don, is saying, hey, I'm going to work with these certain charities, but we don't want it to be bloated. We want as much of the dollar raised to go to the individuals who need it the most, and that's why we're involved with these charities.
The mother summed up her letter with a quote that I thought was very appropriate for this group. I only wish those whose generosity allows this to happen could know that these camps not only provide a respite from cancer world, but they change lives and shape futures. I truly believe that with my whole heart. So, though completely inadequate, thank you.
And it's the magic.
I've been involved with, as a sponsor of a lot of events. I'll tell you, this is one of the top ones because it's just, you walk in that thing and it's like no other theater or amphitheater, anything you've ever been in before. It's magic, all right? And it's for all ages. I mean, you see kids, you see, old people like me, and you see people dancing. It's just a wonderful, wonderful time.
There's no greater magic and power when an event is entirely inclusive, and it crosses all lines, all boundaries, and everybody's there for the same reason, which is to have a good time, which is to value and appreciate this music. It's just a pure intention, and it's for everybody, and blues certainly is, because, I haven't run across that person who never had the blues in their lifetime.
I would love to take the festival to the next level and raise as much money as we possibly can for these causes, because I think they're that important. Any cause, but these causes in particular. I think that with the right sponsorship, we can take it to the next level. I think with the right talent at the event, we can take it to the next level. I think but I can't do it by myself.
The energy that comes from this audience at this festival is so true and so special and so sincere, and it's such a moving experience. It's so moving, and nothing can really be that moving unless there's a group of people that are right there with you. They're right there with you, and these people have a lot of soul, and they want you to know it, and they want you to know how much they appreciate what you're doing, which is really, can't ask for more than that, really.
For more information, please call 410-257-7413 or email Don Hooker at dhooker@bayblues.org.